Hello everyone, hello professor, hello classmate. I'm gonna talk about the risk identification. I'm gonna give just like a brief lecture about it. I'm gonna talk about like the definition, the objective, the process of the risk identification. First, we're gonna start with the meaning of risk identification. So first of all, like for any project that people want uh, like 4 people or 3 people group they want to do project, they first set up like a goals for it. First we need to understand the meaning of the project, like what's the inputs, what the output of it. Second, we need to use like the input the proper way in order to achieve like our goals of that project. And third is that like study and understand what like the factors or anything can prevent like the objective of our of the project. Here's the some like the definition of the risk identification. Here it states that is the process of determining risks that could potentially prevent program, enterprise, or investment from achieving its objective. It includes documenting and communicating the concern. Uh, Here's the objectives of identifying like the risk identification. First, we need to do and uh, identify and categorize risks that could affect the project, and then we document them. We still need to eliminate any risk that lower the percentage of success of the project. Uh, for high cost, which they call it complex, that's mean uh, like high risk. We need to focus and put more effort on identifying and documenting and eliminating the risk. Here's a diagram for how it works. You see this is risk tracking, identification. You can take a look for this diagram, you see how nice it is. And the process of it, the risk identification process begins with the team complying the project's risk events. The identification process usually like vary depending on the like what type of project, on the nature of the project. Uh, Here's some types of risks. It might be technical or external, environmental, organizational, economical, management. People maybe like choosing the right people for the project. These all like factors that might affect the project. Here is the circle of the process. We first identify, review, and then control, and then we evaluate, and then we go back. It's a circle of the process. Here's the conclusion. The risk identification process identifies and categorizes risks that could affect the project. It documents these risks and at minimum produces a list of risks that can be assigned to a team member and tracked throughout the project development and delivery process. As you know, guys, risk identification is continuous and new risks should continually be invited into the process. The tools and techniques outlined in this chapter should support the risk identification process, but it will be the people involved in the exercises who are most critical to the success of the process. So this is about some sources that I use. You can use it if you want, guys. uh Here is some problem like exercises. First problem: risk management involves process of steps to be taken in order. Like we use this order. Which order is the right one? Is risk identification, risk analysis, risk uh, treat, treatment, risk monitoring, and review. Which one you think, guys, is the right one? The answer is on the bottom. Uh, as you see, risk identification first, and then risk analysis, and risk treatment, and risk monitoring and review. This is the right order. Risk management is the process of risk and developing methods to mitigate and manage it. Which one you think right? I put the answer down. The answer is recognizing and identifying, which is A and E. Third practice problem is risk management involves. Which one you think is right of these 4, 5 answers? To be honest, this is all of them are right. The identification of different types of risk, assessing the impact of these risks, determining the risk appetite of the organization, putting in place risk management, producers and control. As you can see, the answer is all of the above. So all of them. The fourth question is, here's the equation, the risk equation. How can it be written? So the risk equation, here's some 4 multiple choices. You can choose one. Which one you think is the right one before you look at the answer. I think the risk equation can be written as the answer is B. I put it here, which is likelihood multiply impact equal risk level over score. And here is the 4 problem, guys. You can check, you can study if you want to. The professor might pick up some of them for the midterm, for the exam. Here's the sources for some of the question I get from. We come back to the first page, which is we cover in this slides the definition, the objectives, and the process of the risk identification. I pretty much cover everything of this topic, which is subtopic of our topic, which is the engineering economics. It's a very interesting topic. If you guys have any question or you need any question, you can just email me. Here's my email.